So welcome back. This week I wanted to talk about there are no good men out there. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I just hear this an awful lot. I hear this from friends, I hear it from friends of friends, clients, down the tennis club, almost wherever there is a group of women. It becomes a bit of a group mantra, almost a group whinge. There are no good men out there. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. And I've come across an awful lot of disgruntled and dissatisfied women, and I really wanted to try and understand what is going on here. What is the problem? So what I'm going to say today, you might think is a little bit controversial, but hear me out. And I also have got some questions that I want you to answer. And I want you to answer them really truthfully and straight from the gut. So I want your first reaction to the answers to the questions. Don't filter it. Don't think about it. Just say the first thing that comes into your head when I go through the questions, okay? Because it might help you to just see where there's a block or where there is some resistance, or, you know, it might just be telling to help you. So stick with me and answer the questions and see where we go. So, yes, there are an awful lot of arseholes out there. We know that. People who will ghost you, you know, who won't respond to messages, who won't show up, just disappear off the face of the earth for no reason. Very disrespectful. And we know that that's the case. But what I would say to you is that I certainly am of the opinion that there are an awful lot of nice, kind, considerate, self-aware, solvent, emotionally available, nice people with integrity, men or women, depending on your preference. They are out there. And I firmly believe that there is a person for everyone, you know, there's someone for everybody. Let's look at what is going on here. What is the problem? I'm reminded of a quote by Einstein, who talked about the fact that the same thinking that created a problem is not the same thinking that's going to solve a problem. And also the definition of insanity, which is doing the same things and expecting different results. So if you find yourself in a bit of a rut and, the answer is to do something different. Okay, so let's look at what that might be. My experience of dating was somewhat similar, but it wasn't at the beginning. So I signed up to a site and I was on there for, probably 5 or 6 months. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nada. And I just thought, Jesus Christ, this is a waste of time and money, because I had paid for it. I decided to invest, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. And then I thought, right, okay, what is going on? I need to make a shift. I need to do something differently. Now, the first thing I did was more on a cosmetic level. So I actually got a friend to take some much better photographs of me, which I was very pleased with, put those up. And I also looked at my profile and I really sharpened it. I tweaked it and sharpened it up. And I just want to talk for a minute about the profile, because I was talking to a friend a good couple of years ago, and we were talking about dating profiles, and she'd got a little bit bored and jaded of the whole process. And I said to her, a profile is your opportunity to showcase yourself, but you need to be 100% authentic. Being authentic, there is no more important place where you need to be authentic than your dating profile. There's no point writing something that you think people will want to read. Nah, that's not about this. This is about showing up 100%. So to the point of put people off, put the wrong people off. So I was talking to this friend and she said, Wow, you mean she's a singer? She said, if I wanted to sing an aria in bed in the morning, you know, could I put that in my profile? I'm like, of course you can. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing, you know. That's who you are. You know, people that think you're a bit barking are going to run a mile. Fantastic. Filter. Perfect filter. People that love someone who's a little bit quirky, you know, they're going to come to you. So being 100% authentic is a brilliant filter for your profile. So tweak, you know, get great photographs, get someone who's good with the camera to take great photographs and really have a think about what that profile looks like. On the profile, I decided I was always going to invest. I was going to invest time and I was going to invest money to be on a site where I could actually write a decent length of profile so I could showcase myself in the best possible way. Just having a few lines, I think that's a waste of time, frankly. You may disagree, but I think this is all about, you know, this is about selling yourself to the right people, if we're blunt, all right? So that was the first thing. It was very much a cosmetic shift, but the thing that really is the game changer, and this is what I want you to really be cognizant of, is mindset and beliefs. So if you are going into this whole process with the mindset of there are no good men out there, you're in danger of that becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. All right. It's not a positive energy to be going in with. It's not a positive thought. Much better you think of it in terms of the potential. So there is someone out there, I just haven't found him or her yet. That is far more positive. It's potential. It's, yeah, I'm going to find them. The universe will have its own timing, rather than nothing out there for me. So really think about what mindset are you going into this process with? And again, I was talking to another friend the other day and she said, oh, I've had enough. I've had enough of this dating shit. It's just driving me insane. And then she said something interesting. She said, well, I don't really need a man. I don't want a man. I'm fine on my own, very happy on my own. And I just thought, there, the defense mechanism has come down. Understandably, right? And I said to her, sweetheart, I think you need a break. I think you need to get off the dating site, have a break, because that mindset, you know, bored, frustrated, actually a bit angry, just not the right place to be on the dating site. So come off, have a reboot, and just change your mindset around it. Okay. One thing I talk about in the book is the difference between wanting to do something and having to do something. And I think when you get to the point where, you know, your dating your profile or your dating experience and journey becomes a have to rather than a want to, you know that it's time to take a break. Have to implies it's a chore. Want to is a very different energy. So first of all, mindset. Second, your beliefs. This is really important. And dating, a bit like sex, it's one of those activities where it's really going to throw up your baggage, right? It's really going to challenge your thoughts about yourself, you know, your self-image, self-esteem, what you believe about your worth. So that is something we need to look at. You know, what beliefs do you hold about yourself vis-a-vis dating? And these are the questions that I want you to answer. So number one, do you see yourself as the prize? And I want you to answer this absolutely gut reaction. Don't filter it. Don't think about it. Just come out with the answer. Do you think you deserve to find a loving, committed partner? Now, if there is any hesitation or reservation, if the answer to that question is not a big fat fuck yes, then what is going on? What what is the hesitation here? So immediate response, okay? What is your level of boundary? You know, when you're dealing with people in the dating arena, do you accept poor behaviours? Have you accepted poor behaviours? What are your boundaries like? How do you view your time? Do you view your time as precious? You don't want people who waste your time. So I want you to get a bit of awareness around what you are tolerating. Because if you have poor boundaries or no boundaries, people are going to take that as a sign that you give them permission, right? You give them permission to be disrespectful. Whereas if your boundaries are stronger, you won't tolerate poor behaviours. That sends a very strong message. And it's not that you're being aggressive. It's just that you have some boundaries in place. So I really want you to think about, are you clear on those? Also, are you clear on what you're looking for? Are you clear on what you want? I wrote a list out, a page of A4. He is was the title, ... And I wrote a long list of things that I was looking for in a man. I've also put an exercise in the book, which you might find useful. Essential, desirable, preferable. So 3 columns around attributes, personality traits, qualities, all that sort of thing. Again, just get some clarity on what you are looking for. Also, depending on, do you meditate every day or pray? Are you having a conversation with the universe? That's the word I use. You can call it what you like. Are you asking? I used to ask every day in my meditations. And the interesting thing is I wasn't specific. So I didn't say, I want the man who's 6'2" and got a massive bank account and all the rest of it. You wondered what I was going to say then, didn't you? I was putting it up to the universe and basically saying, you know what I need, send me who I need. And they did. They did. And actually what's interesting is he ticked every single box on my long list of here's things. So don't necessarily have to get into massive detail in your meditation. Just ask for the right person to be sent to you for your highest good. That's a nice way of putting it. So really just want you to contemplate this stuff. Yes, you can do the cosmetic changes, but I think the real game changer is going to come in your beliefs about yourself. And it is the action which will change those beliefs. You have to take different action. It may be that you have to show up differently, but your beliefs around this need to shift and the mindset needs to shift for you to be in the right place. So please share your experiences and your examples. I really want to hear what's been going on for you. If you want monthly pearl drops, every month I do a monthly pearl drop. Get onto the website www.sassygodmother.com and sign up for monthly pearl drops and like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.